Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Jonathan Kuminga says he likes the Warriors, but the player who plays the most minutes on the court also wants to earn a higher salary, and these are the reasons he will leave the Warriors in the postseason. Rumors: Warriors will lose Kuminga to rival Philadelphia 76ers who want the player. As the Golden State Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga prepare for a big offseason, there's a pretty clear and short list of teams who could be planning to lure away the young forward as a restricted free agent. There's very few teams with significant cap space entering the offseason, potentially leaving the Warriors with some leverage when it comes to renewing negotiations in the summer. The Brooklyn Nets are an obvious team that could throw a bag at Kuminga, with Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report recently predicting that the 22-year-old will eventually end up with the rebuilding team out east. However, the Nets aren't the only team in the Atlantic Division who could have interest in Kuminga, who's been dealing with multiple injury concerns over the second half of the season. The 76ers have been floated as a shock destination for Jonathan Kuminga. Having entered the season with a completely revamped team and with championship belief, the Philadelphia 76ers have been one of the biggest disasters we've seen across the league in recent years. Despite a new big three of Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George, the injury-plagued 76ers are 23-54 and sit 13th in the Eastern Conference standings. It makes for another interesting offseason in Philly, who will have plenty of questions to answer on the future of their franchise. According to Declan Harris of Sports Illustrated, one of those answers could be Kuminga as a possible replacement for Guerschon Yabusele, who's been one of the rare positive for the 76ers this season. All things considered, Kuminga would offer plenty of the upsides that Yabusele brings to the Sixers, Harris wrote. The only question would be what his salary commitments would look like, given it's set to be his first non-rookie contract in the league. The only question with this is if Yabusele has priced himself out of returning to Philadelphia. How on earth would they be able to afford Kuminga? With nearly $150 million tied up in Embiid, George, and Maxey, the options look limited for the 76ers to acquire Kuminga or any other significant piece for that matter. While a sign-and-trade may be possible for some teams, the 76ers don't really have any other major salaries to make it happen, assuming Kuminga wants the $25+ million per year that's been projected. What about a Kuminga-Quentin Grimes swap, given the latter will also be a restricted free agent following his fourth year? Either way, it looks almost impossible to see Kuminga making his way to Philadelphia in the offseason. There will be teams interested in the former 7th overall pick, but there's too many hurdles facing the 76ers to suggest it could be them. Warriors' rotation options look strong with Kuminga, Payton, Santos offering different skills. Warriors coach Steve Kerr: "The only way it works is if everybody embraces it, and that's what's happening." Rightfully get most of the plaudits for the Warriors' 21-5 record and climb up the Western Conference standings since trading for Butler in early February. But supporting the star trio has been a triumvirate of bouncy wings who have embraced a more limited, but crucial, role during Golden State's 5-game winning streak during the playoff push. Jonathan Kuminga, Gary Payton II and Gueye Santos have differing skill sets, but each has contributed in a unique way while playing the high-energy wing role off the bench. The Warriors coach has repeatedly credited Butler for clarifying players' roles, but has praised the trio's willingness to buy into a role that changes depending on the night. "It's going to be different night to night, and the only way it works is if everybody embraces it, and that's what's happening," Kerr said before Sunday's game against the number 2 seed Rockets. The Warriors, 46-31, entered Sunday as the 5th seed but only a half game ahead of the 8th-seeded Grizzlies, 46-32, a team that Golden State owns the tiebreaker over. Payton is the team's top defensive guard, and is back to full strength after missing 4 recent games with a left thumb injury. Most of his value comes from defense, but Payton is also shooting 64.3% from the field since the trade, and also greases the wheels of the Warriors' attack with his passing, even if his assist numbers hover around 1 per game. "If you look at Gary's play over the last month, 6 weeks, he's been in really top form," Kerr said. "He's one of our top ball movers. He just catches it and swings it." Jonathan Kuminga has played in 11 games, averaging 12.9 points in appearances off the bench since returning from an ankle injury. He has generally played over 20 minutes in each game, including an 18-point, 9-rebound game in Los Angeles. Kuminga then played 18 minutes against Denver, guarding both Nikola Jokic and Aaron Gordon as a de facto center. Last but not least is Gue Santos, a 6'7" spark plug whose defense and energy have been so impactful that Steph Curry implored Kerr to put the Brazilian back into Friday's victory over Denver. He's made a massive impact on the offensive glass, where he steals possessions back for the Warriors by grabbing boards most other players could not. Despite playing just 15 minutes a night since the trade, Santos has pulled down 40 offensive rebounds, the third most on the team during that timeframe. How does the second-year forward do it? IQ and understanding of his role, Kerr said, pointing to his temple. A role player who plays with energy and figures out how to serve others. That's what he does, and that's why he's been so good. With the Warriors' clean bill of health, at least on the injury report, finding minutes has been difficult at times. But as Kerr mentioned on Sunday, having an abundance of options with just 5 games to go in the regular season is not a bad problem to have. Hopefully it stays that way, Kerr said. You knock on wood, but it helps everything in this league at this time of year.